Good morning, students. Uh, because of time, I want to quickly solve the problem on estimating the mean and median from group data. As you can see on the screen. So after that, after I have gone through the video, I want us to come back to this discussion forum so that we can do something pertaining to revision for the examination. So I want you to listen. Now, estimating the mean and median from group data, we have the data already. We did the one of on group data last week. So here we are doing group data. Now the question is, how do we calculate mean? Now the formula. So we want to calculate mean. Remember that if you have to calculate mean can also be written as x bar. Don't forget. So that is summation fs over summation f. Now the question is, how do we calculate mean in this group data? Is very simple. What you just need to do is that I want you to take note of this class interval. All this one you are seeing here, 51 to 55, 56 to 60, 61 to 65, they are class interval. So if, take for instance, I have 51 to 55, this is a class interval. Now, there are a lot of things I can get here. Number one, I can get what we call class mark. Class mark. What is class mark? Class mark is just when you add the lower class limits with the upper class limit and you divide by 2. So if I have 51, if I want to find a class mark for this one now, 51 plus 55 over 2 will actually give me class mark for this class interval. Then that will give us 106 divide 2, and that will be 53. That will be 53. So the class mark for this class interval is 53, and that is the way we are going to arrange our class mark on the table. And apart from that, I want you to know that the first number on the class interval is called the lower class boundary. I will shorten it, lower class boundary, LCB. And then this other one, the other part, is called the upper class boundary. Please take note of that. And at the same time, from lower class boundary, you can obtain your lower class limits. Lower class limits. Yes, and how do you obtain your lower class limits? You only take away 0.5 from 51. So that will just be 51 minus 0.5 will give you what is known as a lower class. Sorry, this is limits. Lower class limits and the upper class limits. L. So this one will give us by the time you take away 0.5 from lower class limits, you have what we call lower class boundary, and this 51 minus 0.5 will give us something like that should be something like 50. That should be 50.95 if I am not mistaken. 1 minus 0.5 so 50.5 rather, so it will give us 50.5. and same thing with upper class boundary. You just have to add 0.5. You take away 0.5 to get lower class boundary, but for upper class boundary you have to add 0.5. so adding 0.5 will actually give us upper class boundary. So by the time we had 55 plus 0.5, we are going to have what we call 55.5. So that is how to obtain our upper class boundary. For lower class boundary, you had 0.5 to lower class limits. For upper class boundary, you had 0.5 to it, and it's as simple as that. Those are the things I want us to know first before we create our table. Okay, now how do we create our table? We have the scores already. I may not want to repeat the scores on the table because of space. I may just write I may not want to repeat the class interval. Of course, these values here, they have been grouped. They are scores, but they have been grouped as class interval. So I don't want to repeat class interval, so I prefer starting with x. Then after x, I want to start with I want to continue from f that is frequency, then other thing will surface. Okay, so x now, how do we get our x? Is as simple as ABC. X means, let me show you. S means sorry, I'm being careful of the space because I can still have a bigger table. So but check it here. S means yes, X means class mark. So to find your X, you just add lower class limit plus upper class limit, which I already showed you here. Class mark, upper class limit plus lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2. So same thing is applicable. So by the time we had 51 plus 55, this one is 51 2, is not minus. 51 plus 55, what is going to be the class mark for that? That will be 53. Then 56 plus 60, 56 plus 60 should be giving us something like 116. Yes, 116. So 116 divide 2, and that should give us 58. So we have 58 for the second one. Then 61 plus 65, that should be 126. By the time we divide by 2, that will give us 63. So we have 63. Then 66 plus 70, that will give us 136. Divide by 2, that will give us that should give us 68. 68. You can use your calculator to check that as well. So we have 68. So we have gotten our class mark, and our class mark is the one representing X. Then for frequency, we just write it down to 7, 8, 4. And don't forget, what we are looking for is the estimated mean. So we need to do our calculation first. So estimated mean, and you know the formula for estimated mean. That the formula for estimated mean is summation Fs over summation F. That means that we need to get our summation Fs on the table and then the summation F. So how do we get our Fs before summation? Fs before summation, we place it on the table. You can put Fs, you can put XF. Still the same thing. Then we start multiplying. 53 times 2. 53 times 2 will give us 106. 106. Then 58 times 7. 7 times 8, that should give us 56. Then remain 5. You can see it, I'm working it here. So 7 times 8 to 56, right, 6 means 5. So 7 times 5 will give us 35 plus 5. That will be 406. So this will give us 406. Then 63 times 8. 8 times 3, that is 24. Right, 4 minutes 2. 8 times 6, 48 plus 2. 50. That will give us 504. Okay, 68 times 4. 68 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Right, 2 minutes 3. So 4 times 6, 24 plus 3. That will give us 27. So 274. 274. So okay. Now that we have that, so let's now add everything together. Let's see what we are going to have. This is 6, 6, 12 plus 4, 16. Yes. This is 6, 6, 12 plus 4, 16. 16 plus 4. That will give us 20. Yes, that will give us 20. So if it gives us 20 like that, because we are going to sum up this Fs based on the formula summation Fs. So we're going to sum up. I just want to be sure that what I'm doing is correct. Okay, no doubt about this. 58 times 7. Yes, 58 times 7, because 8 times 7 should be 56. 56. So right 6 means there are 5. 7 times 5, 35 plus, okay. 8 times 3, 24, right 4, we mean that's 2. 8 times 6, 40 plus 50, okay. 4 times 8, 32. We mean that 3. Yes. Then 4 times 6, 24 plus 3, 27. Okay, that is correct. So 6, 6, 12. 12 plus 4, that is a 16 plus 4, that is 20. Right, 0 remainder 2. Then 2 plus this 7 here, that will be 9. And here we have 1, 4, 5, 10, and 12. 1290. So summation FS, by the time we add up this summation, by the time we sum it up, we have 1290. So here is 1290. Then over, then summation F under summation F, we are going to add this to 2 plus 7, 9, 9 plus 8, 17, 17 plus 4, that is 21. So we divide by 21. Then from there, you can get your answer. Use your calculator to check it, to check the final answer there. So I'm working with time. And also we now move on to median. Median, that is where we have a little work. Median. So for median, I want you to look at it. For median, so how do we estimate our median? You have to understand the formula for finding median. So the formula for finding median at this point is L1 plus in brackets n over 2, that is median of a group data, minus f naught over n times c. So I'm going to tell you what each value is meant for. This L1 I can write as ordinary L, it doesn't mean anything. So L1 means lower class boundary, because of time, lower class boundary of the median class. So then n means total number of frequency, or total number of given data. Total number of data that are given, that is total number of frequency, is the same thing. The f naught, it means cumulative frequency. I hope you still remember how to find cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency before the frequency of the median class. For the frequency of the median class. So there is need for me to analyze this so that when we are solving it, sorry, this n there is fm, not n, fm. So what does fm mean? It means that frequency of the median class. Frequency of the median class. Now by the time I put all this down, then when you are solving on your own, you should be able to know what it means. So C is class size. So I'm done with that. Now how do we get median? Now there is need for us to recall. There's need for us to recall how we obtain our median. How we obtain our median from the ungrouped data. So, but for a group data, we will only use that formula to get the direction or the exact place of median. So now recall from the group data. So at this point, we are not using we are not using the value directly. So we just want to use the formula to get the position of median on the table. So we recall that formula for median in ungrouped data. I'll just shorten it. But the formula for median in ungrouped data is if the data is odd. Now you can see the kind of frequency we have here is odd. If the data odd, yes, frequency is odd, that is 21. 21 is an odd number. So if the data, or you can also use if the frequency, anyone, is odd, then the formula to use is a m plus 1 over 2, m plus 1 th over 2. So that is it. So that will actually help us to get the direction or the position of median. So what is the f here on the table? 21. So we have 21 plus 1 over 2. So in that situation, 21 plus 1, that will give us 22 over 2. And 20 over 2 will give us what? 11th position. That means that to find our median, we are going to obtain it from the 11th position on the table. So let's trace 11th position on the table. You know, I told you that this one is just like a direction for group data. Okay, so let's go back. Now, how do we get 11th position here? Come back to frequency. 2 plus 7 is 9. So 9 is not up to 11th position. So 9 plus 8 is 17. Why? At this point here, we have a number that is greater than 11. So this point here, so every data that we are going to be doing is going to be selected from this point. And also, though I don't want to bring the scores the other time, but permit me to bring it. That is the class interval. Permit me to bring it here. So it's also good to bring it along, even though I said I don't want to bring it, but I just, because I'm trying to explain something to you, so I still want you to get everything there. So 66 to 70. So here now, this is the position. This position here, this position, every number we have here on this line, because of the frequency position, because of the median position, then every number we pick here, they are coming from the median. Yes, good. Now, how do we now go along with this? We go back to our formula. So based on our median, I write me, or let me say med, to represent median. So L1 is lower class boundary of the median class. Okay, let's go to the median class now. You can see this median. So lower class boundary. How do we obtain our lower class boundary? I told you the other time that you will only obtain your lower class boundary by taking away 0.5 from the lower class limit. So because this is the median part now, this is the position of median. So, and we are told that Ly is lower class boundary of the median class. So we come to the class interval on the median class. So here we have 61. So just take away 0.5 from 61, and that should simply give us 60.5. So at this point here, we are going to have 60.5. Then plus what is n? Total number of frequency. Total number of frequency. What is our total number of frequency? 21. Please, I want you to get that very well. So 21 over 2, then minus. Now f naught. What is the meaning of f naught? If you can see on the screen, f naught means cumulative frequency before the frequency of the median class. So how do we get cumulative frequency? You can see this challenge on median is making us to expand our table. You can see just the way I'm doing it. It's very simple. It's just because I'm just introducing it to you. If you practice it on your own, you'll be able to do as many questions as you like. So cumulative frequency is very simple. It's just the addition of the previous frequency. So let's look at this 2. Frequency here is 2. So there is no previous number, so it still remains 2. Now 7 plus 2, that is 9. So we are adding the previous numbers. 8 plus 7, 15. 15 plus 2, that is 17. You can see. Then 4 plus 8, 12. 12 plus 7, 19. 19 plus 2, 21. So that is how to obtain your cumulative frequency. But in this kind of formula, they said f naught, it means cumulative frequency before the frequency of the median class. So we all know that these are median class. All these parts is our median class. So what is the cumulative frequency before that class, before this class here? So cumulative frequency is 9, because this 9 comes before this, the whole of the median values. So it's 9 is the cumulative frequency. Okay, so over FM, what is the meaning of FM? Frequency of the median class. So how do we get our frequency of the median class? Thank God, we know our frequency, in our median position. So frequency of the median class. So since these are median position, so the frequency of median class is 8. So we have over 8, then times C. How do we get class size? C is representing class size. You can see it on the screen. C, class size. Okay. How do we represent our class size? Oh God, you can see from the table, all of them have equal class size. And that is one of the unique parts on the class interval, it must be unique in such a way that they will have the same class interval. So if, class size. So if I want to write class size for 51 to 55, these are going to do. I just say 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in numbers. Same thing 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So 5. So the class size here is 5. So we have 60.5, then plus 21 divided 2, that will give us 10.5 minus 9 over 8 times 5. Okay, so in that situation, if you solve it that way, then you'll be getting 60.5, then plus, just take calculator, say 10.5 minus 9. After you have gotten the answer, divide by 8, then you multiply it by 5. So if you are able to do that, then you should be getting something like 0.09375. Yes, you should be getting something like this, 0.09375. when you use your calculator to calculate this, 10.5 minus 9 over 8 times 5, then you get something like this at the end of it. Then your answer should be 61.4375. okay, that is our estimated median. You can see how simple it is. Simple. The only thing is just for you to understand, and then you should be able to interpret the formula. So today we are done with mean and median of group data. So when you are done with the video, come back to the class discussion so that we can do a little revision on your mathematics examination. I wish you best of luck. Take good care of yourself, and if you are yet to pay your online class fee, ensure you do that for the month of July. Very important. If not, you will not be able to write the exam. Thank you. Bye.